What is up, ghouls? Hexcom Ghoul here. Just bringing you a dark horror tale. It's not really a dark one. It's just whenever I do these, it's kind of like it's a mixture. Sometimes it'll be about my life. Sometimes it'll be about a dark tale of poetry or anything that I'm writing. But this one is more specifically personal. It's something that I just thought about because it actually happened not too long ago. It actually happened recently, within the new year. And posers. I never really thought about it as much back in high school. Really never really cared, actually, in college either. There was a lot of things that kind of just rubbed me the wrong way, especially when it came to people. It's like, do you need to fake what you are just to fit in, or do you need to literally try so hard just to fit in? Or to make friends, get a girl to like you, or a guy, if depending on what your interest is. Does it take a lot for you to just not be yourself? That's the thing that bothers me about one of my friends back in the day. For purposes, I would literally just name X. X literally was just one of those people who, when first met them, they literally came off so poserish. It was like me and my squad back in the day. Like I said, I'm a goth. We were always hanging out at lunch. And when X came around, the first interaction literally almost had a blade to the throat. Scarlett, who was one of my right hand females in my group, the Death Valley Ghouls, Death Valley Goths at the time that we were, she literally was ready to slit X's throat. And then like beat X up. But I think it was because when X approached us, it came out like, oh, well, you guys are listening to rock metal. I think at the time we were listening to like Led Zeppelin or something, or it was either Mudvayne or like some band. I forgot what we were listening to. I think it literally was Motionless in White. We were listening to one of their earlier albums. I think it was Creature's album at the time. It literally came off as just some random, like, oh, look, I got the same shirt type of thing. Like, oh, you guys got sleeves. I got sleeves too. I bought these like a long time ago type of thing. But when I held my hand up, I was like, what the hell are you doing? Like, what do you want type of thing? And like, of course, like me and my crew, like we're cold hearted and brutal and stuff. So, we didn't really get liked that much in school. Pretty much we pissed off the teachers and everything else on the sorts. Any class that we were in, we kind of like had those, we had those enemies, but then we also had people that were chill. At the same time, we just didn't give a damn. It was like, X was just trying to explain like, oh, well, I want to be part of your group. I said, first off, there's no way you could be part of this group and not acting like that. And when X said why, it was like, you're too poserish. You stand out as like attention seeking. So when I thought about it, I was like, at that time when I said it, it was like, like I said, I'm in high school. I'm a senior, during my freshman all the way to senior year, it was like, okay, we didn't really give a damn who approached us. But then it's like, we started to see the constant, like, needy attention seeking. Like the ones that would literally try hard, especially if you were like a cheerleader or something and you wanted to be on the cheerleading team and this, that, and the third, and be with a popular crew, if you want to put it like that. It looked pathetic, literally. At the time I was dating a girl, she was not like that. In all understanding, like, she wasn't a poser. I think what she felt was more to her liking. Not what others were doing, but for what she wanted to do. So when my girl, at the time, she literally talked to X, and X was just like, X got mad and pissed off and just ran away saying like, oh, you guys are jerks, and the typical thing, like, you guys are saying this, go, like, murder a pig and sacrifice a child or something. The typical stereotype thing that you throw at goths and stuff, that you think, like, oh, yeah, we're satanic and stuff. The lesson there was, and for you guys just to know, X is still a part of my life. They went through a sex change, so X literally went a part of my life. But the reason why I'm saying X is because I am protecting their identity, because of, I don't like putting their business out there. But the only thing I will say is that X did go through a sex change, so now he is no longer a he, she is he, she. But to move on to the parts of that. Over the time of school, X was literally still trying to fit in. At one point, I just told X, I pulled X aside, I said, look, you come off way too aggressive. You are way too try hard and too needy. You're like a child that just is begging for attention, begging to fit in somewhere. I said, why don't you just be yourself? And X was like, because myself is a nobody. I said, trust me, the world is full of nobodies, but you can always be a somebody when you basically take the step to showing the world who you are, not what you're trying to hide behind. Because when you become a poser, you become fake. And you put up a persona or a facade that literally keeps you prison to where nobody will actually get to know the real you. Because when that persona and that image that you put up dries and cracks and all that stuff and starts showing the real you, then everybody's gonna ask you, who the fuck is this person? Who the hell are you? You're not who I knew. It's like if you're willing to lie and scheme and just put up walls and pretend to be something that you're not, you have no purpose in trying to fit in anywhere. The world is full of posers. But it's how you carry yourself. Let the world get to know the real you and show them who you really are is what matters. To this day, X has taken my advice because back then X did every single thing that they could to fit in with any group, any crowd. Even got arrested over the year. And that was the worst year. Over the time, X hated me because of the fact that I was so brutal and cold-hearted. Till this day, nobody gets special treatment. Everybody gets the same treatment. Same, you can either take my advice or you don't. I don't sugarcoat a damn thing, and I'm not gonna start now. The lesson in life is, if you literally want people to get to know you, just be yourself. Don't try so hard. Don't think that, oh, you see other people doing this, that it's like, oh yeah, okay, well I might as well just do this and try to fit in. Because the thing is, if you run with the wrong crowd, they'll see you for who you really are. They're gonna notice the fake that you are. Being a poser is not always what it's cracked up to be. It's best to be yourself. Because the moment you start lying, you have to think of more lies on top of lies to keep up that persona. Soon, it's gonna drive you crazy. It ain't worth it. It's never worth it. Especially if it ends up having people get hurt. That's a life lesson. At one point, X took that to the grave when they died. To this day, I'm proud that I actually met X and I was able to help X change their life for the better. Because they were going down a dark path that was not leading them anywhere. I won't disclose what happened, but they're at peace right now in their life. They left on their own terms and they left on by natural causes, not because they were sabotaged. Like, comment, subscribe. Later, Ghouls.